especially if you're going to do advocacy, you need to nurture your skill to dialogue, to negotiate, to listen to other people, to be able to have what they call forbearance. Because sometimes you're in an advocacy setting or campaign and you're not at the forefront, and it's perfectly okay. So if you're somebody who is self-centered, you want to do things your way, your opinion matters more than others, then it will be very, very challenged to do advocacy. Especially when you're doing advocacy for others, where you're bringing your community and you want their voices to be heard, you have to be at the forefront. It means you need to step back. And then, other things that we like here, sacrificing yourself. And we're going to look at that, and we looked at that yesterday. Advocacy is not a piece of cake, but it's very, very fulfilling when you do it, because you see you've done your contribution to the world and how you want to see the world. And however, on the other side, we see things that we do not like. Inequality, even within our organizations. Inequality is exercised. Who goes to a trip to Geneva? Who goes to the African Commission? Who goes to New York? Why do they go? Favoritism is big time. And that is something that splits organizations and social movements. Once you favor one person against the other, then conversations start emerging. What are they exchanging? What kind of reward power is being used there? Those are some of the issues that we need to look at. Of course, that doesn't make some people who are lazy and can't represent organizations to use victim power to sit back and say, they said so and so because they sleep with so and so and they meet at this bar. Because also that is a rhetoric that happens. People who just sit back, they want to do anything, they don't even want to develop themselves. They can't even engage at an international forum. Want to sit on that flight to go and shop the moment they land in Nairobi. Or the moment they land at changing spaces, they disappear until the next time you see them back at Entebbe. They are busy drinking and enjoying stuff. The benefits between management and staff. The benefits between people who think, this movement is so broad. There's no reason why we tend to fight and say, these founders have to all go. Excuse me, the movement is so broad. We just need to redefine what are the roles that we can all play in this social movement of ours, so that we don't fight for the little space internally, we go and capture space externally. Because many social movements that are working around marginalization, we spend so much time fighting each other for that little space. Instead of going to say, how do we capture? When we map the human rights organizations in Uganda, which ones can we make sure that we push our activists? Our founders go. We want one founder to head NGO Forum, we want another one to head Forum Women Democracy. That is a strategy. Instead of fighting for the little space internally, how do we identify that space externally? That's also something that is about building our leadership and also being strategic. So as we summarize this session, I want to implore upon you, what are some of the things that a transformative leader does? If you want to build your skills to be transformationers.
Yeah, there is something you need to understand. Because in a bad leader, because sometimes we experience that you are given a role to play in an organization, but you don't have power. You can't make a decision. Still, I have to go back to so and so. And if you say, like, I have this power, you give me this role, and I need that power. You say, but I'll be the one accountable for donors. So
that's dictatorial. Dictators give with one hand and take with another. Yes. And they'll use that kind of power, that power over you, that you think that is what is supposed to be. Because usually when you empower somebody to do something, whoever has delegated, you have to take responsibility for whatever the result is. You support, but don't make decisions. I want somebody to come and tell me, this is what I've decided. Then I say, okay, that is good. But you can't say you go and do something, you give with one hand and take with another. But of course that is somebody that is doing that. That's not what your line manager should be doing. They should empower you to grow. Because even sometimes when you make decisions and you fall with it, it's a journey of growth. You can never always make the right decisions. Because sometimes the lessons we learn from is from our personal journeys of doing particular things. Remember, we talked about how we perceive power is from our personal experiences and our perceptions and upbringing and things that really inform us as individuals. And I think we need serious leadership training within the movement and practice. Of course, there's been progress, but we need far much more than that. We need to have really a serious session that happens. We did a movement building boot camp with Fahamo some time back, but I don't think there's been any other, except GSOT, which is not really purely about leadership development. We need leadership development consistently, because it's one of the things that will either define how successful we are or not in the work that we're doing and the spaces we want to capture. Because also, you're not going to take this journey of ours as international spaces. People will not accept that. Because we're going to go and find the South Africans, they're very organized. The Kenyans are super organized. You're not going to go and take that kind of nonsense, you know? People will just dismiss you. But even still, when we got that space, for instance, in the Global North, you're going as a block as the Global South. Because also advocacy and negotiation happens at that level. You're in the same social movement. But those in Latin America and the Global North and the Americas feel that they have an edge over you because you're from Africa. So there's that level, even learning those skills, how do we work at those particular levels becomes very important, and engaging with international levels. And not leaving that as a preserve of a few individuals within the movement, because that doesn't allow for exposure to happen, but even also doesn't build middle level management within the social movement where we are. So, some of the reminders: if you're to be a transformative leader, what is transformation? It's changing. Transformation comes from two words: form, trans, which is trans means movement. Form means changing the structure. So if you're to be a transformational leader, you're not a leader that will do one thing here and do another thing there. And you're a leader that is moving a journey of growth. So transformative leadership is about change. You must be willing to change, even you as an individual. Some things that we are doing here in the bad, you must be willing to say enough is enough on that, so that you are transforming and building your skills. Then it starts with yourself.